Good evening. It's 6:38 p.m. It is Wednesday evening. Let me just double check on that. No, it's Thursday. Correction. It is Thursday evening, and I decided to make another video. This is not a point a person out video. It is more just an update about my mood, and that's pretty much what it's about, and how I've been doing, and what I've been doing. So, I did make that video last night, and I did feel a little better. When that tension in my mind starts to build up, this is when I need to speak, or when, like, for example, the thought or the understanding of who was involved and who I needed to call out so that I could find some sort of closure or relief. Those are the times where I make those videos, and because I feel like it's important, and if I'm the only one who values my life and my mental health, well, then, that's okay, but you got to do what you got to do. So I woke up this morning and I felt a little bit better. I typically, when I wake up, I feel very disturbed because my mind starts to regurgitate things in the evening, and while I'm sleeping, or I should say at night. And then I wake up and then I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's surreal to me. And I understand, like, people don't understand what it's like to be pointed out for community harassment or whatever, but it is very traumatizing, like I said in my other videos. So it is something that I deal with on a daily basis as I wake up. Sometimes, I hurry up and get out of my head, but there are those times, especially when this message is trying to let me know, hey, that you need to also think about this one person, you need to address this person, whatever. So I did feel a little bit better today, and I had more of a burst of energy than I usually do, which was a good thing because obviously I'm taking steps that are positive. And, I've been working on my resume. I worked on my resume, I don't know, like 2 weeks ago, but I didn't really put a lot of effort, like, into it. And it really, to me, it's not something that I would be proud to produce, mainly because when I'm updating my information, I'm not really that enthusiastic about looking for work. But of course I have to. And, it's just because of the previous issues that I've had with, I'm going to go ahead and call it I'm going to call the network the terrorist group, because that's basically what they were doing. They were terrorizing me, meeting me up at places with their stupid job interviews and stuff. So, it automatically in my mind, it goes to work is associated with trauma. Work is associated with everything negative. And that's sad for someone like me, because there was many years ago where I felt extremely excited to start my work search. I felt extremely excited to have job interviews. I felt, really passionate and a lot of drive, like extreme drive almost, when I was going to set out for a new beginning. But I will say that is really not the case anymore. And it's been feeling that way. I've been feeling that way for quite a long time, but I have to eat, right? So life goes on. So, I went in and I restarted structuring my resume a little bit more professional, and then, updating information and stuff like that. And like I said, the first one I did it just because it was, like, required of me. It's just something I have to do. If you are getting anything from the state of California, it's something that you're required to do. So I did it. So, but I really didn't feel as though it was my best. Okay. So, I feel today, like I said, a little better, and I am multitasking, meaning, like, I not only did I work on making my resume better, I also started working on some writing that I'm doing, and I felt really good because I got things done, whereas many times my depression prevents me from functioning, as I should. And this is so sad for someone like me. You know what I mean? It's just a sad situation, the turnaround in how I see things. Yeah, in some ways I think it's good, because it's better for a person to understand how corporations really work instead of thinking that it's really something else. Like I thought, I honestly thought that the majority of people had fair business practices, really, but yeah, we live in a very corrupt society. So really, is that something to get excited about? I don't know. Anyway, um, so yeah, I'm proud of myself today. So every little step that I take is an improvement, and I have to be my best buddy in this situation, and that's exactly what I'm doing. So not a bad day, not a bad day. I hope to get more done tomorrow. I will say that I was a little bit taken off my original path, but I'm trying to um, avoid things like burnout. Because, if I'm overly focused on one thing for like hours and hours and hours at a time, I'll get burned out. And being burned out is not something that you want to do when you have a lot of time in your hands. You know what I mean? Um, you know, um, I have not gone outside to go for a walk. It's not a good idea in my neighborhood. There's certain streets that are. Um, but it is definitely going to happen, probably sometime like early in the morning or getting close to when the sun goes down, mainly because it is very boring in my home all the time. I mean, there's times where I'm really happy to be home all by myself, and it's great. But if you do the same thing over and over and over again, and you can't get out, it's just unspeakable the things that people do to other people. But anyway, I am going to be making an interesting video on some of my topics. I'm going to finish up the ones that I was talking about before, regardless of whether people look at them or not. I feel like at this point of my life, it's really important for me to express the things that I've wanted to say for so long. It's very important for me. And, it's unfortunate that we have people who want to sniff out or squash um, uh, other people's aspirations and what they choose to do in their life. But that's life, and it's a rude awakening, honestly, that people could be this way. I mean, like, it's so freaking corrupt. It's not even funny. But whatever, whatever the case is, I have to press on, and this is what I'm doing. I doesn't mean that while I'm pressing on in certain things that I'm doing, like I said, like the job search thing. No, I want to be. I want to be. I try very hard to get excited about, doing something or starting a new opportunity or being active or whatever, having something to put my mind to. But like I said, and I use Pavlov's dog a lot as an example of how we react to the same things, the same stimulus, it starts to become ingrained in your mind that everything that relates to work things and things that relate to work are generally negative, and so, and I don't want to feel that way. So, but, being a realist, I'm a realistic person. You can't endure something, for almost, like I said, I've been bullied for many years, okay? But let's just get to the point of where it happened at the Farmer's Place, 10 consecutive years, that it was obvious to people in the community that something was going on. For 10 consecutive years of the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, you start to feel the way I do, and it's a normal feeling, okay? But it's my responsibility to pull myself out of it. Honestly, when I think about how I do believe that I should have been compensated for this, I seriously should have never worry about ever having to take care of any of my needs or anything like that. I honestly think that I should have sued these people, but whatever. This is not what this video is about. What this video is about is update and feeling, just working towards things little by little and pulling myself together and dealing with this form of trauma that I was left with. So, not a bad day. I'm hoping that tomorrow will be more productive. it all depends, you know, because I can go to bed tonight and I can go to bed tonight and then wake up tomorrow and then have some weird crap in my head. So it's a process, you know what I mean? And I do think sometimes, because, you know, the perps are extremely nosy. I mean, they're just, you know, up my ass and around the corner all the time. They probably are wondering, like, well, when is she going to get out there and start looking for it? Because they just get agitated about the stuff that they cause, and then they get upset because you're not moving fast enough, because it's a vicious cycle with these people. You know, I was thinking that, and I kept thinking, you know what, I need to take care of me. I need to take care of me. It really is that way. Okay, because believe me, they're taking care of their needs, right? And I need to take care of mine. So anyway, gonna wrap up this video. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. I mean, the people I'm wishing the good evening to are the people who are watching my videos who are not directly associated with my perps. Okay, oh, by the way, I wanted to say that I did get a comment on my video, and, you know, I hope that people will order that book, that it was on my last video. Apparently there were some people who, like one person or so on Amazon, perhaps the person who left the comment on that video last night will get that book. Like I said, have not read the book. I just read the cover, the reviews. I know that she covers a lot of information. She's very much aware, this particular therapist is very much aware of this targeted individual phenomenon. I really want to call it a phenomenon because it's so big, you know, it's so big. We have so much corruption going on, so much human trafficking going on, so much bullying, the covert operations, et cetera, et cetera. It's becoming a problem, and it's getting to the point where you can't deny it. You can't sit here and just like dismiss it, like, oh, you know, this person's crazy. Chances are, if somebody's talking to you about these things, this is exactly what's going on. And, you know, I hope that for people who may be in the community, I know there's targeted individuals in this community, I know there are, but I'm hoping that people will understand how it's worked, how it's designed, who's involved, and take the necessary actions to take care of yourself as much as you possibly can. I'm going to wrap up this video. I hope people who are not in this terrorist group have a wonderful evening, and I'll be back with another video sometime later. Take care. Bye-bye.